Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to learn about Python strings. Strings is a very important data type in Python. So we have already covered data types and variables in my previous video. So you can check that out if you haven't covered the basics yet. So now starting with the Python string. You can initialize a Python string like this. Yeah, we have written a is equal to hello world. So a now here is a variable and it holds a string value that is hello world. Now let's print it out on our terminal. You have to do print and then enter the variable's name here. So now when we run this file, you can see that in terminal it has been printed the variable value. Quickly check the type of this variable. So to check the type, what you have to do, you have to write print and then inside it you have to write type and then inside type you have to write the variable's name. So now it will print the variable type. So if you quickly run this code, you will see that class str has been printed out as the data type. So a, it indicates that a here contains a string type value. Then comes the multi-line strings. So for multi-line strings, you can initialize it like this. You have to type this equals to. Then you have to initialize it either with triple double quotes or triple single quotes. So inside triple double quotes, you can type like this. My name is John. I am 20 years old. My father's name, and if we try to print it, print paragraph, and we run it, you can see it printed out. My name is John, I am 20 years old, and it's a multi-line string. It's not in a single line, it's in multiple lines. So similarly like this, what you can do is you can type triple quotes and then do it like this, triple quotes. And if you try to run it again, let's clear the terminal so you can see the output. This is the output for multi-line strings. Another thing about strings is that strings are indexed, so their values are stored in continuous memory location. So by indexing means that these values are mapped from value 0 to the length of the length minus 1 value of the string. So this h will be stored on string's 0th position, then h will be positioned at 1, then l at 2. So similarly like all the values. So to verify this, what we can do is we can print str of 0. So it should print h here because strings 0th position will be filled by h. So h is stored at the 0th position. So this h we got it. Now if we want to store, see what is stored at the strings fifth index, then it's a space value. So basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 space. So h on 0, and similarly if you count till space, it is the space value it has printed. If we do it for 6, you can see that it will print at w. So this is how indexing works in the strings. One more thing you can see here is that I have commented the code that I have already done. First comment started from here, ended here, second from here, and it ended here. So whenever I run the code again and again, these commented code will never execute. So the next thing we are going to see is if you want to check the length of a variable, that name, how many characters the name variable contains. So you can use this length function. So length function takes a parameter named variable. So if you want to get the output on your uh, terminal, so what you can do is you can do it like this. So it will print the variable's length, like how many characters it has in onto our terminal. So let's run it. So you can see it has printed out 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Python is my favorite. So if you try to run this, it has printed 21. So this variable now contains 21 characters. So its length is 21 at the moment. So now comes the in keyword in the strings. So let's suppose this is our text. So what we can do is we can find out that a particular string is present inside this whole string or not. Let's suppose if you want to find that things is present inside this text or not, life is present inside text or not, then we can find it out using the in keyword. So it works like this. We have to do free in and txt. So what basically this means is we are trying to check that free is present inside text or not. So free is a substring of this string or not. So it will return true or false. So it, because we are just checking it is present. If it's present, it will return true. If it's not present, it will return as false. So to check it, what we can do is we can use the print function and then copy it and then paste it here. So let's run the code now. So it returned true here. So free is definitely present in this text. So what we can do is we can type freed, print freed is in text or not. So it is not here. So it should return false value. So now it returned false. So let's suppose if we want to see that best things is present or not, we can do like this. So it printed true here. So this way we can use to find out that a substring is present inside a string or not. Similarly, we can do like this also. Not in. So not is also a keyword in Python. So not in will check that it should not present inside the string. So if it is not present, then only it will return true. If it is present, then it will return false. So basically it is the opposite of this line. So let's comment this line out. And now if we try to run it, it will give us false because it is present in, it's trying to check that if it's not present but it is present, then that's why it's giving false value. So now comes an interesting part of strings, that is called slicing. So slicing is basically used when we have to get the substring out of a major string, a bigger string. So the syntax is like this. You have to give the variable name from which you want to take the substring out of, and you have to give a starting index, and after colon you have to give the last index up till which index, up to which index you want to trim the value. So from second index to fourth index, the fifth is not included, that's inside the syntax only. So what you can do is if you do this and you take if you do this and then paste it here, so it will start trim the value from second index up to fourth index. So you can see LLO. So this is 0 H 1 2, so L 3L and 4 O. So this is the slicing, that is it's how it's done in Python. So the next thing we are going to see that how we can slice from all the way from the start. So if you remove the first index from here, it will take 0 by default value, and from 0 to 4 it will slice. So from position 0, automatically if we keep this value blank, it will take 0, and from 0 to 4th index it will slice. So you can see HELLO. So 0 1 2 3 4. So if you want to slice till the end to the end, so what you can do is you can leave this value, second value you can leave, and it will take like it will start from the second index and it will go until the end. So you can see LLO and world. So this is how you do slicing from a particular index to the second index. This is how you can uh, slice from the start to a particular index, and this is how you can slice from a particular index to the very end. So there is another thing in slicing, that is called negative indexing. So so basically if our string is like this, you can see this indexing is like 0 1 2 3 4, but there's also a term called negative indexing. So it, basically the name itself says that it starts from negative values. So this uh, exclamation mark is at index -1, D is at -2, L is at -3. So basically from -1 you can count here and you can go up till here. So let's see how you can use negative indexes to print the values uh, for slicing. So you can, let's suppose you want to go from -1. So keep in mind that negative indexes doesn't start from 0 as they are negative, so it will always start from -1. So the last character will always be at -1 index. So -1 to -7, if we try to print, it will print nothing because it's going in the forward direction. So if we do -7 to -1, so it will 1 2 3 4, so it will start from printing like something like this, it will print. So world it printed. So that is how negative indexing can be used. So to go in like a level up, there's another parameter that is called step here. So if you try to understand the basics, basic syntax of slicing is start index, start, and then end, and then there is another column, basically step. It is called step. But if you don't, earlier syntaxes we did not write this, so by default it took +1. So basically it's the flow is moving in this direction. So if we give this index and this index, so it will go in this direction. So if we provide -1 here, what it will do is it will start going in the opposite direction, that the slicing will go in opposite direction. So let's see how this will work. So if we go from -7 and then add a column and then add -1, so basically this will start from -7th index to all the way to the end, and it is, so the third we have added a step, so it will be moving backward. So if now it starts to print, if the 7 lies here, it will go in opposite direction. So OLLEH, so it will print the opposite, like the reverse of the string now. So it printed HELLO. So with step we changed the flow of like slicing, and then it slice in a reverse direction. So this also comes in handy when we need to reverse a string. So if we start from basically here and go up till here and we give -1 as the step, it will reverse the whole string and print it with us. So this is the usefulness of negative indexing and the step. So to master it, you have to do a bit of practice. So these are all the like basic uses that I have told you. To master it, you definitely have to do hands-on. So start programming, make some strings, create some variation in slicing, so you will better understand what are the things that are going behind the scenes, and you will understand the slicing better. So that's it for this video. We have covered one third of the strings, and rest I'll try to cover up in my next video. So till then, happy coding. See you in the next one. Bye bye.